Welcome to today's video, where we're diving into the fascinating yet distressing relationship between perfectionism and anxiety. If you've ever felt like no matter how much effort you put in, it's never enough, or if you've been paralyzed by the fear of failing, this video is for you. Perfectionism might sound like a good thing on the surface. After all, striving for excellence can push us to achieve great things. But when it spirals out of control, it can lead to crippling anxiety, burnout, and even depression. Today, we'll explore why this happens, break down the psychology behind it, and share practical tips for breaking free from the perfectionism-anxiety cycle. What is perfectionism? Psychologists describe perfectionism as a personality trait characterized by excessively high personal standards and a relentless drive for flawlessness. But not all perfectionism is created equal. According to Dr. Paul Hewitt and Dr. Gordon Flett, two leading researchers in this field, there are three types of perfectionism. 1. Self-oriented perfectionism, setting impossibly high standards for yourself. 2. Other-oriented perfectionism, holding others to unrealistic expectations. 3. Socially prescribed perfectionism, feeling pressured to meet societal or external expectations. Of these, socially prescribed perfectionism is most strongly linked to anxiety disorders. In a world where social media highlights everyone's perfect lives, it's no wonder this form of perfectionism is on the rise, especially among younger generations. A study published in Psychological Bulletin found that perfectionism among college students has significantly increased over the last 3 decades, correlating with rising rates of anxiety and depression. How perfectionism leads to anxiety. Perfectionism and anxiety are closely intertwined, forming a vicious cycle. Here's how it works. 1. Fear of failure. Perfectionists often equate failure with personal inadequacy. This fear triggers catastrophic thinking, where even minor mistakes feel like disasters. 2. Procrastination. Ironically, perfectionists frequently delay starting tasks because they fear not doing them perfectly. This only increases stress as deadlines loom. 3. Overthinking. Perfectionists tend to ruminate on their performance, constantly questioning, "Did I do enough?" 4. Burnout. The relentless pursuit of perfection is exhausting. Eventually, it can lead to complete mental and physical fatigue. One study by Dr. Thomas Curran at the University of Bath found that perfectionists are more likely to experience chronic stress and anxiety due to the constant need for validation. This pressure often results in generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, or social anxiety disorder, SAD. The role of early experiences. Where does perfectionism come from? For many, it starts in childhood. 1. Parental expectations. Parents who set excessively high expectations can inadvertently teach children that love and approval are conditional on achievement. 2. Peer comparisons. Being compared to siblings or classmates fosters a fear of being less than. 3. Cultural and societal pressures. Cultures that prioritize academic or career success often reinforce the need for perfection. Research by Dr. Carol Dweck, known for her work on mindset, suggests that children praised for their intelligence or talent, rather than their effort, are more likely to develop perfectionistic tendencies. This is because they grow up fearing that failure will expose their flaws. How perfectionism affects the brain. Let's get a bit scientific. Perfectionism and anxiety take a toll on the brain, particularly in these areas. 1. Amygdala. The brain's fear center becomes overactive in perfectionists, heightening stress and worry. 2. Prefrontal cortex. Responsible for decision-making, it becomes overwhelmed by the paralysis by analysis, typical of perfectionism. 3. Cortisol levels. Chronic perfectionism keeps the body in a heightened state of stress, leading to elevated cortisol levels that damage both mental and physical health. A study in behavior research and therapy revealed that perfectionists often have difficulty regulating their stress responses, making them more prone to anxiety disorders. The perfectionism anxiety link in real life. Let's put this into perspective with real-life examples. Emma's story. A straight-A student who started skipping assignments because the fear of getting less than perfect grades was too overwhelming. Michael's career crisis. A young professional whose need for flawless presentations led to sleepless nights and panic attacks. Both Emma and Michael felt trapped in the perfectionism anxiety loop until they learned to reframe their mindsets. Breaking free from the perfectionism trap. Here's the good news. You can overcome perfectionism and reduce anxiety. It takes effort, but it's absolutely possible. 1. Shift your mindset. Adopt a growth mindset, as advocated by Dr. Carol Dweck. This means focusing on progress over perfection and embracing mistakes as opportunities to learn. 2. Set realistic goals. Break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Remind yourself that done is better than perfect. 3. Practice self-compassion. And according to Dr. Kristen Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion research, being kind to yourself reduces anxiety and promotes resilience. Try talking to yourself as you would to a friend who's struggling. 4. Challenge catastrophic thinking. When you catch yourself imagining worst-case scenarios, ask, what's the worst that could realistically happen? Would it really matter in a week or a year? 5. Seek therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is highly effective for both perfectionism and anxiety. Therapists can help you identify and change unhelpful thought patterns. 6. Limit social media use. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate, and remember, people usually post their highlights, not their struggles. 7. Embrace vulnerability. As Brené Brown says, vulnerability is not weakness, it's the birthplace of courage and connection. Allow yourself to be imperfect and human. Practical tips to manage perfectionism daily. Here are some small, actionable changes you can make every day. 1. Start your day by setting one achievable goal. 2. Celebrate small wins instead of only focusing on big milestones. 3. Keep a gratitude journal to shift focus from what's wrong to what's going well. 4. Create a mantra, such as, progress, not perfection, and repeat it when anxiety kicks in. Conclusion. Your worth is not defined by perfection. Perfectionism might seem like a badge of honor, but it often comes at a high cost, your mental health. Remember, your worth isn't tied to your achievements or how perfect you are. By understanding the link between perfectionism and anxiety and using the tools we've discussed today, you can start to break free from the cycle. Be patient with yourself. Change takes time. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on mental health, personal growth, and psychology. Share this with someone who might need to hear it, and let's continue supporting each other in this journey toward self-acceptance. Question for you. What's one perfectionist habit you're working on overcoming? Share your story in the comments. Thank you for watching. Till then, take care.